BPod Studios.
On the air, online, on the air. This is how Boston sports fans start their day. Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Fred, hello. Yeah. Hello.
Human feces, urine, and debris.
Ta-da. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Jackpot.
Hello. Hello.
I'm John Wallach on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hello.
How do you like that?
Hello. Welcome to the show.
How humiliating.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy. We're in the Town Fair Tire Studios. You can watch us on Twitch at twitch.tv or the Twitch app. And you can know that this hour of our show is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel. You know?
You notice. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start talking like Travis Kelce. I'm just going to say things in a way that I don't normally say them. Every once in a while, not every time.
Yeah, me, it's funny. I got a couple emails saying that I am a Holden Caulfield hater.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because of my dislike of Travis Kelce.
Today is parade day, correct? For the Kansas City Chiefs?
It would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know that to be a fact, but yes.
Yeah,
usually it's a day off. And then they have
get ready to hate him even more.
Yeah, because
after today.
Just clear out an hour tomorrow's show. Because Travis Kelce is going to be going, and he's going to be imitating The Rock again, like a moron. He's in his 30s.
God.
And he'll be doing his Rock imitation. And he's very annoying. He's a very annoying human being, and I don't understand the defense of him. I mean, he is annoying. I don't wish him ill will. I mean, his life is going to suck after this whole Taylor Swift thing is over. Even though I saw a Howard Stern clip, and he was saying he hopes the kids get married.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course he does.
He was like, I hope they get married. Yeah. He's like, they seem really in love. And I said, this is a fun show. It came up on my Instagram feed. It was one of the shorts, and I clicked it. I go, I haven't seen Howard Stern in a while. And he's like, you know, I like. That's how he talks now. He's like, I like Taylor Swift.
The tone of that show has changed. You know, people get older, they mature, and Howard has taken on a bit of a more sympathetic, softer side that he has embraced. And whether it's making up with Rosie O'Donnell and having her be a part of his birthday show, that was my seminal Howard has changed moment when Rosie O'Donnell went on one of his big birthday, concert shows, whatever, and she did a song to the it was a karaoke version of the Grease song. Tell me more, tell me more.
Jesus.
And instead, lyrically, she sang, because they hated each other. They had this volatile, awful, feud where they would say the most horrific things about each other. But then they made up and they were friends. And the refrain of the song, as Rosie sang it for the assembled partygoers, was, oh, Howard Stern, you live and you learn. Da 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 da. This happened. I heard it with my ears.
So sad.
He used to have the great bits when he had that Rosie O'Donnell head, and he had to guess how many jelly beans were in it. Do you remember that?
No,
Because she has a huge
no.
head, and then you had to guess how many jelly beans were in the Rosie O'Donnell head. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I mean, he was awful to her. And, I don't even... blame him for like making up with her. I'm like, why would she agree to ever be a part of that? Like, what good did it do her?
Right.
Maybe to get him to stop making fun of her?
I don't know. I still listen to it, though. I mean, I listened to a replay of a bit yesterday. It was Tan Mom versus MILF Mom, like just arguing forever about they were having some boxing match or something. I'm like, okay, that was a perfectly acceptable to, past 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, yeah.
No, was that
It was
recently?
from 2015, I think it was.
Oh, well, that's 9 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear your show from 9 years ago. I bet you were just spitting fire, too. You were probably a lot better. I can't imagine you were any worse than you are now.
No. I'm at the top of the game now.
You're in your prime?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I'm right in that. I'm right in that groove. I'm what they call the zone.
The sober zone.
Boy.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh boy, Johnny boy. Anyhow, moving on. You know what I'm seeing? So it's Valentine's Day today. We have.
Let's get Wallach's theme music going.
All right. That's right.
We might as well. Come on.
It's the Wallach Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know, it's Valentine's Day today. Now that you gentlemen are...
Hey, I read, Fred, that it is not enough to be married or in a long-term relationship. You still have to ask that person. I believe it was our own, I will say that, is 98.5 The Sports Hub. Kendra Middleton said you still have to ask that special someone in your life to be your Valentine. Don't assume it. You have to ask, will you be my Valentine?
So that's not only for people with brain injuries. You're supposed to do that your entire life. So now I
ask in July. Will you be my Valentine?
Yeah, you're gonna be my Valentine.
It's July.
So my daughter is actually expecting things for Valentine's Day. She announced yesterday she wants candy for Valentine's Day.
Oh, from you? I thought you meant she was expecting things from like. Oh,
I think they put the kibosh on that whole thing
school.
at the schools, and probably not a bad idea. They put the kibosh. I don't need these kids running around, swapping keys and stuff.
Yeah,
because I think at my son's school too. I don't think that you're like. You remember, like when we were in school, they would have you. There was Valentines. Like people would give you Valentines. Now there would be. Even back when I was a kid, there were like hippie parents that would give Valentine's Days to the whole class, right? Like the parents would give the kids enough Valentines for the whole class.
That was standard. When I was in elementary school, you had to make a Valentine for every single person in your class, whether you wanted to or not. And as you got to maybe like 4th or 5th grade, you might try and sneak a couple out of the bag before you actually got to school because you didn't want to hand those out, but. That was a thing.
Yeah, see, ours was all based on the cootie catcher, where it landed on that thing.
Right.
But no, but I do recall feeling it ended in after elementary school, but in elementary school they did not require that you gave them to everyone after a certain point, and I do recall wondering if I was going to get Valentine's Day stuff, and that's awful. And anything in middle school that you're not required to do socially is the best thing because, again, I have a daughter in middle school. My son, when he was in middle school, kids are just they just say the most awful things to each other. It's like really crazy. Mm-hmm. There's like no social skills.
Yeah.
Like they
haven't learned any filters yet.
They'll be like, yeah, but even beyond that, they'll be like, yeah, like I'm having this big party for Halloween. So, like, I'm going to have all my friends over. Like, you're not invited, but, like, I'm going to have all my friends over. And then you're like, why did they say that to you? That's not good.
No.
Like, why would you say that to someone? That's just very cruel. That's not something even, like, the worst adults would say. I mean, they wouldn't tell you beforehand you weren't invited. You might find out in retrospect, but just to tell you to your face you're not invited.
Yeah. But again, I don't think they do it with malice necessarily. Like you said, they haven't learned some social skills yet.
I don't know. You got to be pretty socially awkward to do that. But so my question is: are you gentlemen? You taking the ladies out? Your bows, your booze?
No.
No, Valentine's Day is for the bedroom, Fred. That's where
right.
we're going.
Will there be rose petals on the bed? Will there be candles lit for you two, John?
Giving my wife a dozen roses every year.
Oh, I thought you were going to give her.
You thought that's where I was going?
Yeah,
no.
I thought you were just going to go lay back, honey, and let this bird peck away.
We put on "Rock With You" by Bobby Brown. That'll be the background music. No.
No, we are. I don't think we're going out. I don't think so. The card. The only thing I really did was card from me, card from the dog, a little Valentine's gift, and left that on the the kitchen island before I left this morning.
Look at you. So she gets up. I have a feeling you'll be getting a little call. What time does she get up in the morning?
Any moment now.
Oh, any moment now. That Hardy's phone is going to be.
There will be no acknowledgement of it until I get home. If then.
And then it will be acknowledged with a zip and her falling to her knees.
Look at that.
How dare you?
Oh, it's all intermarriage coitus is okay by the Lord.
No. I don't want you talking that way at all while the National Floors Direct woman is on the screen in front of me. I don't like that kind of talk. She's
Which
gone
is the
now.
one fanning herself?
No, she's gone now.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hardy's obsessed with this one woman.
Was she nice and plain?
Yes, actually, just a straight brunette.
Well,
late 20s.
She's the updated one. The one before was also very nice, and I worked with Andy Hard with the Patriots when he was with the Patriots, and he had a mild obsession with the other National Floors Direct spokesperson.
So you got the new and improved.
When was the last
that-
time you were in Detroit?
Oh God, I don't know, 5 years.
Okay, can you tell me who everyone was obsessed with from the local ads in Detroit? It would be right off the top of your head if you still talk to people there.
No.
Belle Tire Girl.
Oh, really? I think maybe I looked it up after you told me, or I saw something online.
Yeah, you like the Belle Tire Girl. She's cute, but I mean, I think you would like the Belle Tire Girl. She's very girl next door. I'll tell you this: is how do you give your wife a card from the dog? You put a little feces on there, a little bag of crap.
You don't give birthday or any gifts from the dog or the cat?
No.
Oh, well, this is a time-honored tradition, and everybody thinks they think of it, but everybody does the same thing. Who does this? You write out the card with your left hand, so it looks like a very childlike, spelling of the name to who the card is addressed to, and then you draw a little paw print on the inside.
I don't care how poorly your dog writes. That's still a skill. That could be like the frog in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. You could make a lot of money if that thing can write. I don't care if it's the sloppiest writing in the world. Even if it could crudely draw, you'd be all right. All right. Well, I'll tell you. I got things going for Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
Where are you going?
I'm not going out tonight.
Oh.
I got the kids till 8:30.
Oh.
But then tomorrow is just an F fest. An assault of the senses. I got chocolate-covered strawberries, charcuterie. I got cheeses from around South America.
Cheeses are very important, I've been told.
Oh,
a
yeah.
charcuterie board, very important.
I blindfold the lady and I go, taste this. And I have items from all over the world.
It's 9.5 weeks, right?
Yeah,
That's
taste this. Can you imagine anything more boring? Ooh, eat this. Ooh, it's so sensual. Get out of here.
I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about it and picturing it, but how would you describe yourself as an energetic lover? I mean, because you do move with efficiency, just in your, day-to-day activities. There's not a lot of useless expending of energy. So
saying I lollygag?
I wouldn't even call it lollygag. I would say you move very deliberately. And I'm wondering if it's the same way in the bedroom.
I don't understand deliberately. I do explain. Is
sloth-like. Just very, very slowly. I'm like, Yeah, no wasted movements. It looks like you have back pain sometimes.
Oh, when I first get up, I have back pain, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stiff when I first get up, yeah. But then once I get cooking, there's no stopping me.
And
how would I describe my lovemaking?
Yes.
I would describe it as adequate.
That is one lucky girl. How's Fred? He's adequate.
Well, it can go as long as she wants. That we know.
He does. You see, that's the thing, Hardy, and he's mentioned this many times before. He has incredible staying power. Incredible staying
it
power.
really is incredible.
Okay, but it is not accurate to call it staying power. It is.
Hey, if you can't get there, you can't get there. He's got staying
but
power.
Staying power
Doesn't matter how
indicates it's
or
by
why.
It's by choice. It's like I'm able to control myself like Sting. I'm using
No,
tantrum.
because
doesn't need
that
to
would
know
mean
that.
that would mean that I was like a porn guy that I could just it could end whenever I want.
Right, Ron
No,
Jeremy
no.
with the countdown.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Have you ever seen a behind the scenes one? Yeah, he can tell you when it's gonna. He's like, just tell me when, and then you're like, all right, Jesus. Yeah, it's like the worst skill. It's like that will make you $10. But yeah, no, I mean it can go as long as the young lady would enjoy. I mean that's not a problem. And I'm up for the task.
Nice.
So I mean, you knock those two things out. How bad could it be,
You like sex? You like it? Do you like it?
dude? I want a new drug that makes me feel like when I'm with a lady.
Oh yeah. There you go.
When it don't make me sick.
One that don't make me crash my car, make me feel 3 feet. Ba-doom-ba-doom-boom.
Yeah.
I just thought
my mom always hated that video because she was like, this is a message about drugs. She didn't like that video.
Mom, it's not what it's about. I thought Ray Parker Jr. got screwed a little bit on that. I mean, it's a very common baseline that gets used, and the fact that he got busted when they said Ghostbusters was a ripoff of I Want a New Drug. I'm like, yeah, why? Because they both go bum 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 bum. So that only one song can do that. I mean, it's not like I just did something musically that's never been done before in history.
Well, the bass player for Huey Lewis and the News always had a cigarette in his mouth, and he was the bass player for all those Motown songs. He invented the bass.
Yeah.
I mean, who couldn't copy his lines? All right, what's coming up? What happened last night? You tell me. There's a couple of games from the local Yokels.
Yeah, Celtics were in Brooklyn. We'll find out what happened there. The Bruins were home and looking to bounce back after a little lackluster start of the unofficial second half of the season, and it hasn't happened yet.
All right, so we'll be back in just a moment with that.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Lainey Wilson is on a roll. She's delivering great music and teaming up with some of country's hottest acts. Text Lainey to 45911 to see which 4 Lainey Wilson collabs have us talking at BackstageCountry.com. Text Lainey to 45911 to get a link to the list sent right to your phone from BackstageCountry.com.
Our team.
Toucher, Hardy.
You get used to sitting back and letting Daddy drive the car.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Did you catch the game last night?
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what's going down? What happened last night?
Celtics were in Brooklyn last night to take on the Nets, and it became pretty clear pretty early on that Jason Tatum was going to have himself a night.
Tatum behind the cornet screen. Straightaway three. He launches. Money. The net barely moved. Uh-oh. This could be one of those nights for Jason Tatum. He's got 12.
Want to put on a show right now in New York? Yes.
Celtics have the 7-point lead back.
So there it was, 32-25 at that point in the game. Jason Tatum acknowledging the fans there in New York. He likes New York.
Boston by 5. Here's the 2-for-1 with 33 seconds to go in the quarter. Tatum feeling it. Launches a three. Got it. And the foul.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Could be some problems tonight. Somebody better bring a fire extinguisher.
And Tatum acknowledges all the Boston fans. behind the basket. What's the Celtics are shooting here?
I wouldn't say it sounded like a Celtics home game, but there were plenty of Celtics fans there in Brooklyn.
Well, who wouldn't want to go to Brooklyn with all the star power on that team?
Well, Dennis Schroeder.
I know.
You get a chance to see old Schroed.
You look at some of those guys running around out there. Remember they made the Kevin Durant trade and Kyrie Irving. They got all these guys back in. They're going to play a whole new way. They're awful. They're a terrible team. And Fred, did you see the game last night?
Yeah,
Did you see Ben Simmons last night?
Yeah.
Did you see what they were doing to him at the end of the first half?
Yes.
Ben Simmons, who is an electric defensive player. There's no two ways about it. He does things that no one else can do on the defensive end. He cannot contribute offensively. No. He's scared to shoot the basketball. And at the end of the first half, and this is like with 3 minutes to go in the first half, the Celtics just started fouling him. When he wasn't anywhere close to the ball, they put him at the line. The man cannot shoot free throws.
Well, what are you talking about? He was shooting 50% from free throws.
For the season, he's 6 of 14. He's been under 50% for the last two seasons. It's embarrassing how bad he is at that other end of the floor.
It's just a total mental thing with him. He's just mentally screwed up. He just can't play offense.
The scary thing is you can trace it back to that one play in the playoffs where he should have dunked the basketball past it. Doc Rivers called him out on it. And Simmons, for some unknown reason, flipped out and has never been the same. That's, 3 years ago now? 4 years ago now?
That's exactly what it is.
He refuses to play the game of basketball. And when he does play, he's useless at one end of the floor, which kind of makes it difficult for a team to employ him. Now again, if you're Brooklyn and you have James Harden and you desperately want him off the team, you're like, okay, Kevin Durant doesn't want this guy anymore. Who can we bring in? Ben Simmons is loaded with potential that he will never reach.
Well, Ben Simmons is just an athletic freak, so you can't even feel sorry for him because the only reason he's in the NBA is because of God-given stuff, like the stuff beyond his control. So I don't even feel bad for him. I mean, it's disappointing, I'm sure, that he has this big mental block, but God giveth and God taketh away. I mean, this guy is 6'11" with point guard skills. That's just God-given ability. And, yeah, he's screwed up mentally, but, he's going to leave the game never having to work again. His kids are never going to have to work again. Their kids are never going to have to work again. But, yeah, he's got a big mental – this Nets team is just an exceptionally bland team. And remember before they made that Durant move, they were, building something there. They might have never gotten over the hump. But remember they had the innovative coach, and they were building something in Brooklyn.
Kenny Atkinson is the guy you're talking about. Right, and then Kyrie and Durant showed up and got him fired.
Yeah. And then – to get Kyrie and Durant, they had to move a bunch of those guys, and they had something. At least they were a playoff team, a lower tier playoff team.
Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert and all the LeVert went off for 51 night against the Celtics right before the pandemic. That had some players you look at and go, wow, that's exciting.
Exactly,
these guys are on the come up. I agree with that. And then they got Kenny Atkinson fired. And, Kyrie thought he was part of ownership, and everything went downhill.
Yeah, and so it's just a shame because, they achieved. Brooklyn's made a lot of really bad moves. Going back to the trades with the Celtics. They were building something, then they ruined it to make that super team. Then that didn't do anything, and now they are where they are, and it's trash. That game was over very quickly. That was. Brooklyn couldn't compete in that game. That was not a good game.
And of course they clawed their way back. But at this point in the game, when it was Tatum once again kind of making his exclamation point on the night,
Lonnie Walker handoff, and they move it to Claxton. Claxton for Schroeder. Strong down the right side. Kick out Cam Thomas. Thomas stripped the ball by Drew Holiday. Tatum's got it. He's on the gallop. Goes the distance. Two-hand slam. Tatum's got 31 in the first half. Timeout, Jock Vaughn.
So they're getting fast break opportunities off of turnovers, and they're just doing everything. And still, because it's the NBA, Brooklyn makes a run. They get it. They erase the 18-point deficit that they had in the first half. I thought the same thing, Fred. I'm like, I don't know how many NBA games I'm going to have to watch in my life before I realize, it's not entirely over because they did crawl back and they got to within 7.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if it's 30 in the first half.
Yeah, but I still, when they were within 7, I mean, you didn't think there was any way Brooklyn was winning that
Not
game.
when Jaylen Brown was waiting out there behind the arc.
Celtics by 11, midway through the fourth. Jaylen down the left side. Elevates, floats it out of the wing for Al Horford. Horford return to Jaylen at the free throw line. One dribble, here's that step back, fadeaway, it's good. Boy, he's hit 3 big ones like that tonight. And just like that, Tatum comes back in the game. The Jays are rolling, the lead is 13.
Did Joe Murray had a guy on his show, he was saying Jaylen Brown's a good in-game dunker, but he doesn't know if he's never been in a dunk contest before, so he doesn't know if he can put money on the dunk.
What?
So they had a guy breaking down the dunk contest in the betting angles, and he says White Boy McGee from the G League is a real
Mac McClung
is the real favorite because he has innovative dunks. And then he said
because he doesn't get into any games, he has plenty of time to practice them.
Well, I mean, I've yet to see a G League game in my life, so I can't tell you. But Jaylen Brown, big in-game dunker. But he's never been in a dunk contest. Apparently, he said, I've never been in a dunk contest at any level. So is he going to have the jams?
I have to jump over an object. I don't know what to do.
I don't know how to. I wish I had more free time on the court during the day where I could come up with jams. So that might be a thing. I mean, never having competed in a Ram Jam contest before.
It makes sense. I mean, there's a line of reasoning to it. I just never thought I'd be hearing about someone even hearing about someone breaking down the slam dunk.
I heard he's plus 300 if I'm remembering it correctly. So don't call me out if I'm not. Please don't call me out if I'm not. It's hump day.
Tatum 31 in the first
Valentine's
half.
Day.
41 for the game, and afterward on the court, Abby Chin asked him, she wanted to know who he gave his jersey to.
Who'd your jersey end up with?
So I gave my jersey to Russell Wilson and Sierra's son. He said he was a big fan, so I gave it to him.
Okay, so Russell Wilson is a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum is a professional athlete. He's a big fan, and it immediately brought up, are you familiar with a not very good movie, but one that I've still watched at least 5 times, The Campaign? Zach Galifianakis and Will
I'm
Ferrell.
familiar with it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, where as part of the counter campaign, Zach Galifianakis has a hidden camera where he goes up to Cameron Brady's son and tries to get him to call him dad.
Mm-hmm.
It has that feel to it.
I could be your dad. You can call me dad.
No.
Go ahead, try it.
No, don't do it. No, I'm your daddy.
Go ahead. Dad?
That's right. So there is what is it called when you're cucked as a father? Not as a lover, but as someone tries to push you out of the way in a parental situation.
That one's for you, Fred. I don't know the answer to that
I
one.
don't know. I've never been cucked in a parental situation.
That's what it sounds
I keep
like
it to
is
the
going on
bedroom.
there. Anyway, congratulations, Tatum.
Right.
Big night. Big
right.
night for the Celtics.
Oh, excuse
Whoa,
me.
what
I
happened?
Can't stop burping. I
my
don't know. I got a
goodness.
belly full of pineapple and DC's. Pardon me. I didn't mean to do that.
I know that pineapple trick does not work.
Do not call the...
I know it's Valentine's Day.
Well,
and you're thinking something,
I know.
but it doesn't.
I want her to enjoy it, too.
It's a myth.
Darn.
I'm not saying everybody knows.
Yeah.
So
I've also had a bunch of liverwurst, so we'll see if that works. We'll be back. The Bruins. It was Marchand's 1,000th game. His parents were in the stands. Did you see that? That was very nice.
That was very nice, yeah.
His dad is not an old man. He looks young.
No.
We'll be right back. Here are the headlines.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Award-winning movies often have incredible soundtracks, and many of those have gone on to become country gold. We've picked our top 5 country songs that have been nominated for an Oscar. Text Oscar to 45911 to see if your favorite made the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Oscar to 45911 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
Zolak and Bertrand get you through the workday at 10. Right now, it's Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. Our show's brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel. Nick just took a dump. I saw him floating down the stairs. Nick's always good for 1-2 dumps show.
There's no way he goes multiple times.
Oh, well, why else would he be walking up and down the stairs?
I thought he was just getting his steps in.
Well, that takes, I mean, for him to get 100 steps is what a normal person, 4,000 steps. Because I told you, he's all ass.
Those
no legs.
little sausage legs.
No, they don't move so quick. And you know what's odd is that one of his sisters is a Broadway dancer, a real-time Broadway dancer. Whenever I tell someone that, they say, no way. They go, the dancers don't have big bottoms with short, tiny sausage legs. And I'm saying, I don't think his daughter's built like him.
Is she been in like actual shows and like part of a chorus?
Yeah. She's like a real on Broadway,
pretty
like
successful.
The real Broadway.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, hourly wage.
There are people in this building. That's 3 now that have like actual showbiz children or siblings or something. Mike Flynn, his kid was
he's on that Mulaney Lunch Bunch show.
Very successful. There's another one. I don't know if he wants it out there. I won't say it, but it appeared on at least one TV show. But Dan
Alper talking about being in Meatballs. No. He doesn't want that out there.
No. But then Mark Winship's daughter is I think a backup dancer. Who did the Super Bowl halftime last year? Was it
Rihanna?
Yeah, I think she was. She dances for Rihanna, and she's fantastic.
Oh.
Like you can actually he told me, which one she was. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll look for your kid. That's a fun thing. And it's great. I mean, it's like that's the thing. You can be like the best dancer, and you're probably going to end up being one of 10 in one of these, large acts. But still, that's great.
Until another Fly Girl opportunity comes up.
Yeah, those are few and far between.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Bruins last night. They were at home, Fred, to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And once again, we're kind of looking for the Bruins.
More like thunder upstairs from Nicholas.
Trying to right themselves after the All-Star break, and, well, it didn't happen again.
Cirelli cut off at the red line by McAvoy. Now Hagel wheels over the line. Left circle, feeds high slot. Chernak shoots, and Omar takes him to the chest. And then did it squirt behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yikes. Takes it to the chest.
Once again, like Nicholas upstairs. Something just kind of happened, and
and then did it squirt behind him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, did it ever.
Oh, boy. Ew.
That made it 1-0 at the 3:21 mark.
Terrible goal, man. Jeez.
Well, Olmark played well last night from what I saw, though. He had a breakaway stop. He had a nice glove save.
Yeah, he stopped Kucherov on a breakaway right after that goal.
Did they say Kucherov was 0 for 10 on breakaways or something?
Oh, I didn't hear that. Is that right?
I think that's to my understanding, but again, I was watching the game like everyone else.
Shocking considering how good he is.
I think that was the point, is that he is he's got so many goals, but he's terrible on one-on-one. It was one-on-one situations. Yeah. He's terrible.
Not to say he didn't get on the score sheet last night, as the Bruins ended the first period on the penalty kill. That extended into the start of the second period.
Paul back of the net, spanked it around to the near side, sent out in front. It's fired off the crossbar, I believe. Right of the net, they score. Kucherov got to it in the right circle, and he drills it home. 7 seconds were left on the Heinen penalty. A power play goal for Kucherov, his 90th point. 2-0 Lightning.
That was early on in the second period last night. You just got the sense that once again this wasn't going to be happening for the Bruins, even though Charlie McAvoy got things going just a minute later.
Protects up top. McAvoy shoots. He scores!
Mac-attack. Daddy man.
Side. McAvoy sizzled it home, and the Bruins on the board, trailing the Lightning 2-1.
Now, again, this was Brad Marchand's 1,000th game last night. Fred, you brought up the fact that his parents were there and were kind of waiting for that Brad Marchand moment. He had an assist on that goal with Charlie McAvoy, and he managed to get in on the action again on the equalizer.
Pasternak one times right circle. Marchand right of the net shoots. They score! Marchand's shot was stopped by Vasilevsky, but then Ringside pokes it 5-hole. Bruins 2, Lightning 2.
I figured I could play stuff from this computer.
There it is. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. Look,
I get it right. I can't hear you.
That's the biggest smile I've seen on Fred's face in a long time.
Yeah. He's really happy. Look at him.
Like,
my goodness.
You know
opening up a Game Boy for the first time.
Ask
Look
me
at
how
him.
I'm doing.
How you doing, Fred?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, whoa.
All right. Ask me anything.
What's the weather like today?
Nah, not on Timmy. Not on Timmy. Big money on Timmy.
You know, Brad Marchand, it was his thousandth game last night.
Yes.
I gave him a concussion. His forehead, I split it open. Gave him a nose, all blood. Gave him a good beat a couple of years ago.
All right.
Now, do you have anything other than Chili Guy in there? Or is it
no,
just him?
this is just a Chili Guy soundboard
Okay.
that some listener made a long time ago. I wanted to find Mac Attack, Chatty Mouth, but there's hundreds and hundreds of these in here.
Oh.
All right.
So the game goes to overtime. Briefly, quickly, Fred, thoughts on 3-on-3 NHL overtime?
In the regular season, I like it.
Well, of course. Well, that's the only time we get it, and I love it. It's great.
Well, no. Oh, the reason I say that is because Bertrand was making the point that he wanted it shootouts and 3-on-3 overtimes in the playoffs, and I said I don't like that. I was thinking I don't like that.
No,
I wouldn't mind it, but you can't do it. You can't do it.
You know why?
No.
Shop near the underwear.
So it was an exciting 3-on-3 overtime session, but it went to the...
Well, real quick, Marchand had a great chance and should have scored.
He did.
And the Lightning just fire it back into the Bruins' end. Here's McAvoy, 25 seconds left here in OT. To Marchand, center circle. Right wing feed. Pasternak, right circle. To Marchand, shoots. And Vasilevsky didn't get a piece of it. The game was on his stick, and it's deflected into the protective netting.
It looks like he tried to get it like high blocker side, and
tried to roof it and scotted over the crossbar.
Yeah,
Vasilevsky didn't get a piece of it.
I didn't think he did either.
No, he didn't.
And both, we just heard Judd say it, and I think Jack said it on the TV side too. Like, oh, you must have got a piece of it. Like, I don't think he did.
No.
I think he just...
And then there was another play where he was off to Vasilevsky's right and set a great pass out in front to Pasternak, who got stoned right at the goalpost.
Yeah.
So the Bruins had two great chances to win this thing and didn't.
And then in the shootout, it was just uninspired. I mean, the shootout goals, to me, the ones that always amaze me are just the quick wrister on the left-handed shot that generally gets a goalie on the blocker side, and they just pull the trigger, and there's no deking, there's no trying to trick him into thinking you're going backhand over on the glove side.
Marchand's an expert at that.
Expert, right? Yeah. He just gets it off his left hip, boom. It's there, but there wasn't any of that last night, and the Bruins fall in overtime to the Lightning. 3-2.
I have the Lightning call.
Do you?
Yay! I won! All right.
Yeah.
Something tells me we may have lost Fred for a while. Not for forever, not for the entire show.
Just to see how happy he is, it's worth it. It's fine with me.
Shut your mouth, I said, right?
Okay.
That's a good clip. Glad that one's in there.
Play that more.
Yeah, play that again, please.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it.
Come on, Joby.
Fred, do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Good question.
Father night?
I can't even hear what he's saying.
Wait, what'd you ask me?
You have any plans for Valentine's Day, Fred?
I want to get laid.
Some night we'll go to a bar. Come here, big. A few minutes late.
All right, forget it.
No. I was going to play you the Shaquille O'Neal jersey retirement speech. But I feel like it might fall on at least your deaf ears. I don't think there's any point in it. Is there?
I'm a jet right now.
Right. That's fine. We'll get
to that screen.
We won't get to it later.
Headed right to the pizza store.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
No, it's your call now. You can do this for 3 more minutes or we break now. It's up to you.
Everybody's playing. The Celtic, Bruins, everybody. Super Bowl preview, Dallas, everybody.
Yep. I'm betting on 3 more minutes.
I'm thinking of 3 more minutes.
I'm betting on 3 more minutes.
Let's you and I talk about Shaquille O'Neal
Okay, go right ahead.
retired by the Orlando Magic last night.
By the way, I can't believe it's just happening now.
Well,
why is it just happening now?
Because nobody cares whether the Magic ever retires any numbers or not. And Chili Guy, feel free to chime in.
I will.
I want to say thank you so much.
Kareem Aldo.
I have many wonderful...
You ready for the Shaq attack? Shaq attack, Shaq attack. Get him out. You ready for the Shaq attack? Shaq attack, Shaq attack. Get him out.
Wonderful magic memories. There's no other...
You ready for the Shaq attack? Shaq attack, Shaq attack. Get him out.
All right.
I would have wanted to start my career. Orlando.
And there's no way they can beat me. I'm unbeatable.
Orlando will forever have a special place in my heart.
Wow. I'm probably looking for 18 million eights a day, 40, 60 mil, or probably 160 million per year.
It's because I am, get it right. It's a real honor to be the first Orlando Magic player to get his jersey retired.
You're too fat. You got to take something for blood.
Some truth to that.
Wow, this is a lot more Shaq-specific Chili Guy drops than I would have guessed.
Diabetic is? You're a little diabetic yourself.
I would have expected to be number 2.
Well, I got to clean this hub up.
Right on the number 2.
And then you know how he retired.
Yeah, you know, out in L.A.
Yeah, that's right.
In L.A. All right, very good.
And congratulations to Shaquille O'Neal. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a big moment.
We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down the West Coast and get that down all the way down to Georgia and all the way in a nice suntan beach. No way, you ain't going nowhere. That's about it.
You know what Shaq had after the ceremony?
Ice cold core beers.
Yeah.
Couple beers, no beers. No beers.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of a variation there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you know what? They dined afterwards.
We can have a good dish of pasta and all that Spanish food someday, but what's going to happen? A game or 2 out?
Yeah.
Was that a cackle at the end of that?
That's not me.
It's not you.
Yeah.
Sounded like
if you think it's me.
Well, seeing what?
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll stop now.
No, it's fine. It's Valentine.
No. It is Valentine's Day. You know where I'm having dinner?
Right near the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Valentine's Day. Not everybody is lucky in love. As you well know, Fred.
No, because sometimes you go out and you get...
Wallach.
That's a good clam chowder.
So we have some dating sites for you to try if you have been unlucky in love.
Okay,
they're specifically geared towards certain folks, but I'm sure it's going to speak to the majority of the audience.
One of them was so disturbing that Mike couldn't even get through it.
Mike Lockhart refused to participate and do his job. He said, "No, Hardy."
Breakers from the Bronco guy.
I don't know what that was. I'll stop it right there then. All right, very good. We'll be back in just a moment with people who are lucky in love.